Hello everybody and a very good afternoon. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. How are you? Here we are, middle of the week already, middle for diddle, hump day as some of you like to call it. And we're back for 3 fantastic shows, 4 hours of quality content coming your way today. We're live at 5 later on this evening. We are all things masterclassy tonight. And actually, we're feeling like it's going to be a very educational day today because we've got loads of mixed media goodies, Inkpads on shows, the tropical collection is back for you. So we're going to try and hopefully bring lots of education your way today. Open up the floor if you've got any questions, if you have got anything particularly that you want to know, want to see, feel free to fire them in. The middle show today is Craft Vault, so that's going to be quick fire, 1 hour of amazing deals, amazing bargains. And this show, Colour Me Happy, I know lots of people's favourite show, is going to be Colour Me Happy / Masterclass. I will let our wonderful expert explain all about that in just a few moments' time. But yeah, if you've got any questions, then do fire them in today and we'll make it a nice educational and interactive day. Now, over the course of this show, going to be looking at Sheena's butterfly collection, bold butterflies, but also, which you can see here, a selection of Inkpads. And the lady who's going to be taking you through all of that and bringing you the inspiration and the education is the marvellous Sheena Douglass. How are you?
I am tickety-boo.
Tickety-boo.
I was trying to think of what could be. Yeah, tickety-boo is it today. Yeah.
We are ready to go, aren't we? We've been getting ourselves up for the show, listening to Disco Longer Max Bygraves and Mrs. Miller. So we are charged and full of beans. And you've got a bit of a plan today, which is not normally your thing.
No. Well, you know what? Even though it looks like, it's like, okay, where's she going?
Yeah.
She's a bit random. She's going. Normally, in the back of my head, I've got a structure. I've got a kind of a broad wire frame thinking, it's all right, it's like my sat-nav. I know if I've got my sat-nav, I can get home. And that's usually in the back of my head, right? So it's not totally as scary as it looks. So this morning, I thought, okay, it's different, we've got an hour, and we've got loads on the show. If I was watching as a viewer, and I had 4 different Inkpads to choose from for a start, I'd be going, what? Why? How?
Who?
When? Where? And so I have do you want me to tell you the plan now?
I want to know the plan. Right.
So there's a formula. I've been like a lab coat. I've got it all prepped. And I did this as I was preparing this morning. What we're going to do is the same with every ink set. So we're going to go through water reactive. We've got opaque pigment. We've got Duet colour blue. And we've got the pearlescent gold. So very different. But what we're going to do is the same process with each one. We're going to stamp each one. See how each one stamps. Then we're going to do a little bit of blending with water to see how they blend with water. We're going to stamp on white and black card. Same process, every one. Because when we say this one works on black, that one doesn't. Let's just show you. Instead of showing you, let's show you. And then we're going to show you how to mix colours with them. So all the things as a stampist, as a paper crafter, as a generally messy type crafter that I am, I would want to know when I get a new Inkpad, what can I do? We'll put it through its pieces. And then we'll have 4 separate little sheets that we can show you, and then you can make an informed decision where you either want to expand your collection or start your collection. Yeah. How does that sound?
It sounds like a plan. And as Hannibal Smith once said in the A-Team, we said many times, I love it when a plan comes together. So that's what we're going to be doing. If you want to get involved in this show, want to say hello, then please feel free. And also, if you've got any questions, then feel free to fire those in as well. We've got Radical Rachel on the socials this morning. Already in is Jamie Ellis, who says, Colour Me Happy is my favourite show ever. Well, that's good to know. Make the most of the next hour. Angela Park says, hello, everyone. Happy Sheena Day. Looking forward to the shows. Michelle Harris says, good morning, all. And hi to Jeffrey Langley, who says, happy hump day, Ben, and the spectacular Sheena, and the fabulous and outstanding crew. Mary Beth Doyle joins us from Minnesota. Zoe Carver's in, look out. Hello also to Sandra Evans, who says, good morning, most definitely excited, best day of the week. Laurie says, good morning from Gilbert, Arizona. Christine Mahoney says, good morning, everyone. / afternoon. Hello, Ben and Sheena. Looking forward to today's shows and all of Sheena's magic. And Sandra Peake says, good morning, everyone, from Buffalo, New York. So looking forward to watch Sheena work her magic. And Angela Park says, it sounds like a brilliant plan, Sheena, and so helpful.
Oh, brilliant. Good. Thank you. That's, you know, that's what I would want to know and see. And then, because we show you all these ink pads on separate shows, but seeing as we've got 4, let's just do a comparison and then you can see for yourself. Thank you.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Aha, Max. That's right, Max.
Yeah. Bold butterflies. So we're going to be stamping from the bold butterflies, and then we're going to be using all of the different ink pads. So this is the collection here, £24, £31.20. If you want to jump in and grab this, if you haven't got it already, big, bold, beautiful butterflies that come with their own dies. So you can cut out the smaller ones, and then the bigger split die allows you to place your butterfly wherever you want it to go. So if you want to cut it out as a whole, as a topper for a project, you can. If you want to place it on the left-hand side, right-hand side, top of your card, bottom of your card, wherever you want, you have got full craftability with this set. Can we also, as well as I just go through these, appreciate the price, which is incredible, saving £38 almost, $40, £24 is all you pay today, or $31.20. It is an over half price deal. I mean, if you're platinum, it's laughable, is what it is. It is. Ha!
Yikes.
If you're, look at that platinum. It's a price. Next up in the set is your monarch butterfly. So you've got all these beautiful different design butterflies. They also come with their own sentiments as well. So you've got things like just for you and hello. Next one in the set is your beautiful red admiral butterfly. Very, very pretty. And again, you get your 2 smaller stamps there, which you've got your dies for to be able to cut those out, add those as little embellishments to your project. And then lastly is the peacock butterfly. Thank you. And make a wish are the sentiments that you get within that set. So those are on the show. Just to mention as well, if you love Sheena's collections, check out the lineup for Craftbot a little bit later on, because that's got loads of her collections lined up there for you. But that's what we're going to be using, the bold butterflies, and we're going to delve into all of the different ranges of ink pads. And we're going to start off with the water reactives. I will show you the selection of water reactive inks that you're going to be getting here, and then we will go into demoing them with Sheena and talking all around them. The deal is incredible here, £32 or $48. It is what we like to call in the business a star buy, because you're going to get 12 of these for £32 or $48, which is incredible. I mean, it's just huge value for money, basically. Water reactive, and as you'll see, great for blending, great for doing your distressing with all of your water reactive techniques. So the colours you are going to get are as follows. Noir black, you're going to get in your set green topaz. You are also going to get smoked emerald, smoke plume, spring meadow, ooh, frosty jade, anthracite, twilight grey, spar blue, damson wine, mad for it. That's Oasis. So I was at a cafe the other day and I had some Oasis soup. Yeah, you get a roll with it.
Oh.
And last but
as long as there wasn't any cigarettes and alcohol there, Ben.
Hey! Some might say that was a terrible joke. Way! Some might say.
Well, but don't look back in anger.
Hey! And last but by no means least is your straw bale. All of those, £32, $48, half price deal, way, way better than half price if you are a platinum member. So, let's get into this with Sheena. Water reactive ink pads. What are you going to show us? What can we do with these bad boys?
Right, well, so, you know what? Water reactive, I think they're the longest serving of the ink pads. They were the first ones that come out with the Finesse. So, to mention, Finesse has played a part in all of this experimentation, because on the other side of the card that I have, that we're going to play with on here, you'll see I have stamped a beautiful, huge, bold butterfly.
You have.
And I've used Finesse. So if you're just getting into your inking collection and starting with stamping, start off with at least one Oh, you know what? I've stamped them all with alcohol-proof dark ink.
Ah.
I can't believe I picked up the wrong one. I've done all this prep this morning and I've just looked at that and gone,
Yeah,
right, but that's for your sake. That was for you, all right?
Right,
So
okay.
everything that you see on here is not going to work, but that's for you. Bear with, right, look at that again. Look at this pretty picture. Let me show you what you should have picked up. It was in the wrong pile. Right, this is important, right? Right, you've got alcohol-proof ink, dye inks, Finesse, not what you want. This is not the ink you're
looking for.
That's the one you want, right? So this morning, in my haste to prepare all this wonderfulness that ready for you.
Easily done.
Twas, yes, don't do what I just did. That's a good start of the day, isn't it? First thing, but we'll work around it, we'll play with that, which is fine, right? We can work with it. It's the waterproof dye you need. What am I like, honestly? I did speed stamp everything and I had this great plan that is, but it's still going to work, it's fine.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a little mini butterfly to try, see how it stamps with, okay? See how you can stamp with this image. Now, these stamps are photopolymer, so they are, they've got the strength, the resistance, the durability of rubber, the fine detail that you can retain with rubber, but they're transparent like acrylic.
Yeah.
So the best of all worlds. So as you can see, you're going to get a really nice stamped image. But I'm going to talk you through I will have no inner monologue here because I'm going to tell you my experience with every ink pad, and what I've found are its pros and its cons. All right. So if you ever wondered, this is the one to watch. So the pros in this is when we come to blending. Right now, one of the cons with the water reactive is it's very thin ink, and when you stamp with it, sometimes what can happen is it can sit and resist, so you don't always get a completely solid effect where there's a lot of the material that the stamp's made out of.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It breaks up a little bit. But the good thing with this is that it's really brilliant for blending. If you just want to pull a little bit of colour and make a really pretty little, quick fill-in with virtually no effort.
So that's just a damp brush, yeah?
It's just a damp brush, a tiny little bit of water, Ben, and all I'm doing is just dragging that there. So if you imagine you're in a bit of a hurry, but you want to make a pretty little topper, a mini card, a smaller format A6 card, and you want just a pretty little decorative element on it, or you're going to create a background, look at how effective that one is with a little bit of water. That is what they do incredibly well.
Yeah.
So water reactives, I would say, do you need them in your collection? Absolutely. They're like your bread and butter go-to, because the next thing we're going to do that they do incredibly. Oh, let me show you what they don't do well though.
No.
Let's just do this.
Oh yes.
So we've got a light colour, a dark colour on white card. What about if we use a light colour on a black card? What happens then? So let me show you what happens. Now we tell you this, but like I said to Ben, I like to see it before my very eyes. I want to know
absolutely.
what I'm going to get.
See it when it doesn't work.
Nothing, almost nothing. Nothing. It's the translucent inks. You get a shadow pattern. You get a little hint of soupçon, a whisper of a little bit of discoloration of the card. And that's as best you're going to get. Now, however, that might work if you want it to be that look. If you want something that's just like a, when you get material, it's got that little shadowy. I don't think even the camera can. Is it picking that up?
I can't see anything,
yeah,
but
there, just barely there, and that's a light ink on a black card. So they're not your inks for showing up on a dark card. They're absolutely your ink for stamping on a white card and blending with a little bit of water. Next thing, how do they blend? How can I blend? Can I blend a background with them? So let's take a few of these colours. Let's see how these guys are going to perform. Blending tool.
Yep.
I'm using watercolour card, I should have mentioned that. And that's my go-to preference for any blending, for anything I want to, if I'm using a water-based product, if I forget to mention, which I tend to these days,
Easily done.
It'll be a watercolour ink.
If you didn't have watercolour cardstock, could you get away with your standard?
Yes, you can.
Right.
But I find that it does blend better with the watercolour ink card, sorry.
Right.
So can you see how nicely they blend and how translucent and vibrant and clean and how well one colour blends into the other?
Yeah.
It's virtually seamless, and I can blend that out to a virtual kind of just a cloudy, ethereal, not there, without a harsh line. I can get rid of that harsh line. To make that easier, don't forget the glycerin option as well. If you want to, for example, make the darker colour blend a little bit easier and blend in with them, because that's a stronger colour. Some of the colours in this set are very, they're pale, they are, I would use all the pale colours together.
Yeah.
All right, because the darker colours will absolutely trump the lighter colours, and you lose the lighter colour. But if you want to try and incorporate a darker one with the lighter one, if you use the glycerin technique, it's going to make them blend easier, but it's also going to allow you to kind of fade it out better and make it lighter, so you get that. It'll work with those other lighter, more delicate kind of colour choices that are in the set. So yes, it works great with that. Can we faux bleach it? Next one we want to know, will it faux bleach? Pop some water on it.
Boom.
Leave it for a minute. Or well, maximum a minute. I can see already.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. See, look. Faux bleaches.
Look at that.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
So that's the first little test, and this is what we're going to repeat with all the other sets. Then the next one was going to be, can we colour mix and colour with it? I'm actually going to do a bit of colour mixing at the bottom rather than colouring with it. So let's take, now this set there's a lot of neutrals in here. So mixing colours is a little bit of a challenge, but let's see, let's try this Oasis.
Okay.
And let's try a little bit of Damson wine, okay? So when you see the two colours, the first thing we want to know is, can you just paint? If we paint with a little bit of Oasis kind of as it is, if we keep adding water, you're going to be able to fade it out and fade it out. So remember, all of these ink pads, you've got a colouring medium as well, which is fantastic, because you think of an ink pad as to stamp with it or to paint a background.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. The amount of shows I've done in the past when this type of ink pad was introduced many, many moons ago, and I would love to do shows just where you have the ink pads and use them as like watercolour sets. Yeah. So now the next thing is, can you mix these two guys together? Will they play a nice mix together and give you a whole new colour? Absolutely. Look at that. So we've got a different, cooler purple tone there. Put a little bit more of that tealy colour in there. Can you see how well they're mixing? Power up for water reactive, blending over the background, faux bleaching, colour mixing, colouring in with them. That's the first one there. Shall we move on to the next set of ink pads? Yeah, let's do it. There you go, water reactive. If you've got any more questions about these as well, like feel free to fire them in, because we have got a masterclass later on where we're focusing on that tropical collection. However, I kind of feel that if you want to revisit any of these, or if you've got any questions, that's a great show for us to be able to kind of experiment further with things. So feel free to fire them in. Just to recap your colours again that you're getting in your water reactives, you've got straw bale, you've also got your Oasis in here, you've got Damson wine, you've got Spar blue, you have got Twilight grey, you've got your anthracite in here, you've got Frosty jade, ooh, she's frosty, you've got your spring meadow, smoke plume, smoked emerald, green topaz, and Noir black. £32, 48 bucks for 12 pads. Great buy. In fact, so great, it's a star buy. Next, next up, pigment ink pads. So what can we do with these, I hear you cry? Well, you'll find out in a second. Colours on the pigments. Again, this is another star buy for you. Same deal, basically. You're going to get 12 colours in here for the same price that you were going to get your water reactives. Colours in this set are as follows. You've got Oasis, Damson wine,
One that gets my seal of approval, the seal brown. You've got your sandstorm, midnight.
At the Oasis.
At the Oasis. Spring meadow. Green topaz. Misty morning. Pink tulip. Anthracite. Straw bale. And lastly, Buddha Union. Those are your opaque pigment ink pads. So I suppose the first question is, what can we do with these and how are these different to the water reactives?
Well, let's have a look, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do it. So same process. We have the same little butterfly here, one from that collection, and that price is phenomenal. So if you haven't got me yet and you're thinking about it, don't hang around, because yeah, the value is tremendous. So the first thing, can you stamp with them? Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And what I'm using here is Damson Wine.
Damson wine.
Was that
Stay
Elkie?
close to me.
Was it UB40?
It was UB40, yeah.
So yes, it stamps brilliantly. Can we blend with it? Yes. And you know what? With this ink pad, you'll find with this one, if we look closely, can you see how this block of, because I inked this up really well here. Usually the first time, when you first ink it, it takes a second application to get it to really cling to the stamps, because it's just got the material of the stamps. But because that's the second inking of that thing, look at how there's no breakouts in this flat area here. So if you've got a stamp that has a like a silhouette stamp, or that has a large flat area of material, absolutely opaque ink pads are the ones for you. Right? Now, the other thing to know is, and I'm not going to do it now, is if you want to stamp and emboss. So if you've got yourself some lovely shimmer ink pads, shimmer watercolours, and you want to colour in with them, which obviously you're going to. My biggest tip I can give you is stamp and emboss the line, okay?
Okay.
And these ink pads are the babies for you. Because if you stamp and emboss the line, then the line becomes like plastic, and the material that's in the watercolours, as the mica, the glitter, won't sit on the black line then. It'll repel, and it'll keep the line shiny and clean and sharp and defined. If you just stamp the line, even with the black Finesse waterproof ink, these little particles sit, even if you're dead careful, they catch part of that black line, and it can look a bit messy when the light plays across it. So that's something I'm mentioning right now. You know, we're not going to do it in this little test. These will stamp and emboss. Okay. So bear that in mind. So that's, you can see it does work, but did you notice how less water has released on these ones than the water reactive? Right? It's a lighter colour, yes. So be a little bit quicker when you're doing that technique there. Or what you can do is simply take a little bit of your ink, if you want it a little bit stronger, and of course you can just paint it in like that.
Okay.
So we're filling in as much as we can, Ben, here with this little, so to show you what they do naturally, and then the workaround.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to keep it all in a one-stop shop for you here with ink pads. So can you see, so even though it didn't release as much ink, because it did, it was a lighter colour, and it dried a little bit quicker, you can still get that same effect by just using that little bit to colour in with. Let's try it on the dark card. Is this okay for everyone, by the way? I'm hoping that viewers are okay with this.
Colleen says it is all good. JV says showing me some good ideas how to do things with mine. And Pat says, hi Ben and Sheena and everyone from a sunny New Jersey. I love watching Sheena, and I have learned so much from her shows.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I think we're all good.
Good, thank you.
No one said stop so far.
Good, that's a good sign then.
Stop, do something else.
Yay, phew. So, Here's the thing, Ben. Will it show up on dark card? Yes.
Yes, it will.
You don't get the bright, vivid yellow because obviously anything, it's like when you paint your walls, if you had a dark colour on and you start to decorate, you want to do an undercoat, don't you?
Yeah.
So, but it will show up on, if you had that on a repositionable stamping platform and you wanted the colour stronger, I would stamp it, dry it, stamp it over again, leave it on the platform. Can you see where we're going with these little demonstrations? I'm telling you what's in my head as we're going. Everything I can think of, that is my experience of working with these ink pads as well. Yeah. So if you want it stronger, all you got to do is dry that first coat, leave it still positioned, stuck, magnetised onto the board. Then, so it'll go exactly on the next, the same place again, another coat. And you do that 2 or 3 times. And then you'll get a much lighter version. It'll be closer to that. You could do that till the cows come home with the water reactive and nothing would happen. It wouldn't get any more vibrant because it's not an opaque ink pad. Yeah. So yes, you can blend, you can stamp onto the lighter card. So what about blending them? Shall we give that a go?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Right, so we've got a bit of Spring Meadow here. Gorgeous colours. These are, you know, these are, I would say, used to be water reactive was my favourite range. If I was advising someone to start with a range of pads, was always water reactives are brilliant. Okay. I'm kind of leaning towards opaque pigment.
Are you?
I am, because they will go on dark card, and as we've just established, you can heat emboss with them as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, they blend beautifully. Look at this. Look at that. Gorgeous, seamless blend. Now, that's with no glycerin added.
What is that, Straw Bale and Oasis?
This is Straw Bale and Oasis. And these are colours. I'm not using anything that isn't in the bundle. No. So if you see me using it, they're in the bundle.
It's in the bundle,
Ben's sharing with you.
Yeah.
So you can see how well that's going on there. Absolutely perfect. And you're getting a lovely transition of a new colour where one meets the other. And then we'll try a little bit of Midnight at the Oasis at the bottom here. So it's a much stronger, darker colour, as you can see. Let's try a bit of glycerin, see if that's going to help us out, if we want to blend that a little bit lighter. So see you've got a line, and you're thinking, oh, how do I get rid of that? A little bit of the Oasis there. You can take some of the colour off your ink pad by blotting it onto a piece of kitchen paper, and then blend it, and it'll get rid of some of that stronger colour, because we've got a collection of, you know, more paler colours and stronger colours here. And Oasis is always going to be darker. Always start when you're doing a background with the lighter colour. Yes. Because then you can preserve it. You can keep it kind of clean and fresh without, you know, you can't, it's harder to make it light again. Easier to darken it, harder to make it light again. So next thing is, can we faux bleach it? Try that one?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Now, you see, what I would want to do, I'd want to just go back and just reinforce some of this again. Let me just blend that in again, because I just want that to look a little bit more kind of faux, like kind of seamless. But you can see how easy that blend. That's what they do well also. Faux bleaching. So I'm just dropping water, same brush, same amount of water, probably about the same length of time. Yeah. And then we'll try blotting that, see how that works.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, you can be able to see that. It is lifting, it's for bleaching, not quite as dramatic, intensely as the other, but if you leave it longer, sometimes you can get, it'll lift up a little bit more. So
it's kind of like they all have their crossovers, these ink pads, don't they? But they have their sort of superpowers.
Absolutely, and that's why I thought this would be a good thing, because I'm telling you what they, and showing you what they do really well and what they don't do quite as well as the other. So when you start collecting and stamping, you'll find that you'll want all the ranges probably eventually, because they all do something unique. But when we just tell you this, we've only got one on the shows, it's harder to demonstrate that, isn't it? So yeah, they will go on a black card as well, but of course, because you're blending it lighter, you won't see the background as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So a little bit of colour mixing with them. Let's try a bit of the, let's try just these two. So Spring Meadow there, and a bit of the Midnight. So again, the Midnight's really strong, and I'm always just splodge that onto your mat. when you're using your inks as a palette, I would, if you've got a plain white tile or a plate at home, you know, like a dinner plate, a plain white one, use that, because if you don't use all of the ink, you can pop it to one side and then come back tomorrow, re-wet it, and it'll play nice again. So if it's on your glass mat, you're not going to want to leave it on there because you're going to be playing, aren't you? So we've got the two colours there. Let's mix a little bit of this blue into a bit of this here. And then we've got a whole new colour. We've got that green. And of course, you've got all those different stages that you can mix a darker green by just mixing a bit more blue. So all of those options there. So don't think, if you're travelling light, if you're going away, if you want to get everything out of your craft kit and you just want your ink pad, you're going to buy this bundle, which is a really good one. And even if you've got to supplement it with the odd one or two colours that aren't in the bundle, you've got a great foundation bundle. Look at the colours we've got just from those two, and I can keep going. I can keep changing these and keep tweaking the colours even more. Yeah. And that's just two of the colours in the bundle. So yes, you can colour in with them. And all of those other things. So that's the next one. There for you there.
Brilliant.
That's the opaque pigments.
So, pigment ink pads, water reactive ink pads done. We've still got on the show your shimmer ink pads and also your colour bloom ink pads, which we're going to have a look at time allowing. But as I've said, plenty of time across the day today and tonight, masterclass. So if there's anything that you want revisited, then feel free. A couple of quick comments. Colleen says, don't stop, keep going. I'm loving watching Sheena. And Fiona says, even though I know quite a bit, I always learn something new. That's the beauty of watching. Also, always forget to always need reminding. This show is brilliant. Thank you, guys. Well, you're welcome, Fiona. And I can see a few questions coming, which we'll tackle the other side of a short break. Over on the website, though, there is lots going on, including Sheena's own section. There you go. Look, shop all Sheena Douglass products today. You got your own. You know you've made it when you've got your own section.
Wow.
Yep.
Come on, that's lovely. Bonnie section, that, isn't it? Lovely.
It is, look at that.
Bobby Dazzler.
Bobby Dazzler, a little bit quirky in there. You've got your bold butterflies, you've got Bella Lorna, Mother Earth is in there. You've also got your snowflake stories. There's basically loads of goodies in there, which you should be able to pick up later on in the Craft Vault show, where there are going to be loads of quick picks, loads of quick buys for you. But look, lots of bundles, lots of individual items for you too. So maybe you've missed out on some Sheena products recently and you want to find them all in one place, then your wishes are command. And Eagle Eye viewers will also have noticed on the homepage of the website, you've still got the buy one, get one free section on selected stamps and dies. I believe, unless it's changed since yesterday, and you never quite know with this place, it's supposed to end tonight at midnight wherever you are. So do make sure you get in and have a look. A few comments and questions, which we will do the other side of a short break, and then we will come back and look at more in this Colour Me Happy show. So get your carts and baskets checked out, and we'll see you the other side of this short break.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
Day to day looks like, on a normal day when I'm working from home, get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee. And flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say, it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts and grab my tea.
Hello, Carol Byrne has just joined us. Big winner Byrne is in the house. And a question from Cindy, just before we, because I know we're going to look at the colour blooms next. But Cindy's asking about waterproof ink pads. She's saying during a couple of recent shows, the host used a waterproof ink pad. Can you explain which ink pads those are and what you would use them for? So that's the waterproof ink pad, isn't it? And the alcohol-proof ink pads.
Absolutely is. I'm just looking to see where I put my waterproof ink pad. Finesse. I had it, bear with, look at this here, and I'll be right back, look there.
There's one to your left, what's that one? Oh no, that's the alcohol,
Let me just show you, right, okay, so you've got...
So you're the same now.
Oh, both the same, yeah, you know what, it shouldn't be this difficult, should it? You know what, there you go, finally.
There we are.
Finally, let me show you, right, so there's two different ones of the Finesse. Think of the Finesse as your black, your basic line stamping inks, right? So if you're going to just use a neutral colour that needs to be dark, sometimes not black, grey or brown, Finesse is the baby that you're going to colour in with after that. So if I was using alcohol pens, right? So if you're using the Spectrum brush alcohol pens or any alcohol-based colouring medium, you want the one that says clearly alcohol-proof dye.
Yes.
That is, I love that it's not cryptic.
No.
It says what it says on the thing.
So tri-blends, classics, all those illustrators.
Illustrators, all your illustrators, all the alcohol-based colouring mediums, everything. That's the one because it's a different solvent. That's a water-based ink that won't be disrupted when you use an alcohol-based colouring medium. On the other side, you've got this one that says waterproof. So I do a lot of water-based colouring in. This is the one I use most of the time because it's an alcohol-based ink. So when I use a water to colour in with, the mediums are different. One's not going to unsettle and move the other. Does that make sense there?
Yeah.
And let me show you why you want to get it right. This one I did earlier that I said, oh no, what have I done? I used the wrong ink. So this is the alcohol-proof ink. So if I was then going in and adding a bit of colour and trying to make this little butterfly all pretty and wonderful, look what's happening. That there is moving with the water.
Smudging,
it's
isn't it?
water-based inks I'm using, water-based colouring products, and all I'm going to get are shades of grey. I might get a tinted version, but ultimately, that's what happens. That's why you need the right ink. And that the same thing will happen if you use the wrong ink with your alcohol pens. It'll pick up the colour on your pen and it'll smudge. Hopefully that's clarified that one.
Yeah, and again, it's quite easy to remember because the illustration on the front of each of the ink pads kind of like shows you which is which.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Do you want to have a look at that again just to compare what Ben says? Exactly. Look at the picture, right? Water, right? So if you want to colour in, there's a paintbrush, tells you it's water. If you want to use a pen, alcohol pen, there you go. So you know, they've made it as you know, straightforward as it can be, and yet someone like not a million miles away can also just get it wrong sometimes when they're in a hurry.
It happens to us all. It happens to us all. Next set of ink pads on the show is the Duet Colour Blooms. Now these launched to quite an applause actually just very recently. One ink pad though, which gives you two colours, which again sounds like magic, doesn't it? Kind of sounds like wizardry, but it is true. You guys have absolutely loved these. The collection is there on the screen for you, £72 or $88. These also come in that new style design of ink pad, so fits nicely in your hand, ergonomically designed, and also, of course, you can take them straight to your cardstock using the wide end. You've got that narrow sort of teardrop end there as well if you want to kind of take them to smaller, more detailed areas. But as I said, the great thing about this is you've got that sort of reactive hybrid water-based ink, which gives you a colour, but then when you're applying your water, you're then going to see the different colour coming out. It is like witchcraft, like wizardry, but all these colours you're going to get. So your 12 ink pads in total are Summer Bloom, Pumpkin Patch, Pink Grapefruit, one of my faves. You've got your pomegranate in there. Look at that beautiful Willow River. You've got Shoal, you've got the Anemone and Nebula, lots of nice colours I think that will work with some of our recent launches here on Crafters TV. You've got the Rose Cloud, you've got Hellebore, you've got your Stargazer, and then your Dusk Orchid as well. £72 or $88. I still can't quite believe how these work, Sheena, if I'm being honest with you, because they're like nothing we've ever seen before in the world of ink pads, are they?
Yeah, it's like those two colours. You know, most colours, unless it's a primary colour like a blue, a red or a yellow, are made up of component colours. So green's a yellow and a blue. So it's like these two colours in each of the ink pads don't like each other. As soon as the water applies there, it's like, right, I'm off and I'm on my way, and I'm like, yeah, see ya. And that's what happens. They kind of like go their own way, which is really cool. So that's the power up of this one. So that's the special power up ability of this particular ink pad. But let's see what they do if you want to just use them and put them through their paces anyway. Same deal. How do they stamp? Let's have a look. So I'm using the purple colour again. I'm using Dusk Orchid here, which just so we can keep it consistent and use a similar kind of colour palette and let you see how they're stamping. Yeah, stamps really nicely. But you know what's weird? I can even see kind of pinky kind of separation on that, even just stamping with it.
Okay.
It looks kind of split a little bit, which is what they're supposed to do. You know, if you want a basic straightforward ink pad, choose the pigment. Yeah. But these guys are meant to do that. So let me show you how they blend, and then we'll look at the at how they're going to look on the solid area, how they stamp for maybe an opaque, like a silhouette stamp, how they're holding that line. Now they're not moving virtually at all, which is a good thing if you want to just keep the colour locked and you want to layer up the colour, right? But can you add a little bit if you want to? Well, this is kind of going ahead a bit. We're going to do this on the other side of the paper. But if I want to then add a bit of colour, can I? Yes, I can.
Yeah.
It's not quite as straightforward as the other because the line really does hold, it doesn't smudge, but that could be a good thing. You might not want the line to smudge. What I want to show you is the solid bit on the edge of this wing. I chose the stamps so that we could illustrate that as well, so you can see clearly how they stamp. Can you see this bit here? You can actually,
beginning to go, isn't it?
Can you see like pinky bits? I can see that there. It's like purple and pink, and that's just stamped. So already you've got a bit of what's going on there, bit of interest. Mm-hmm. What's going on with that little guy? So already they're not that like they're at odds, these two. They're not getting on particularly. Yeah. So what we're going to do now is let's try the blend option. So we'll try, let's try these two colours. Let's try the pink grapefruit and a hellebore. The blending tool. So I've got I'm going to, as always, I like to start with the lighter colour first. So watercolour card again. And this is laying down a lot of intense colour. What I'm finding is it's not as easy to blend out to a seamless vignette. Can you see how it's harder to lose that kind of like diffused outline then, yeah? Yeah. So it's great for solid blocks of colour, intense hits of colour, absolutely what you're going to get. Look at how vibrant the colours are, how much ink is going down there. And this I've got to say is neither like the water reactive ink or the pigment ink. This is in its whole new, crazy new sci-fi category of its own. This is messing with
crazy new sci-fi category. I love it.
Yeah, this is like proper, like Spielberg timing. This one, because this one, it's all bets are off with this ink. Because Leanne, in our Mad Professor guys, has come up with something that messes with my head.
They're Inkpads, Jim, but not as we know them.
Exactly. She's like the Doc in Back to the Future.
Great Scott!
Exactly. And I'm Marty McFly right now.
Yeah, you are.
And can you see, though, how they're blending into each other? What they don't do as well is blend out to nothing. Now, I have tried this in the past with glycerin. And glycerin always works, doesn't it? I mean, glycerin's been deal. Now, I have to say, when I tried it with these ones, I don't know if you remember, Ben, but
I don't know if I do.
It didn't do its thing like it normally does, and I was like, whoa.
Glycerin, you're a letdown.
Yes, glycerin, for once, didn't
failed.
What? So be aware of that. Even the glycerin thing doesn't, but it does lay down a lot of colour. Yeah. And it does blend one into the other really well. Now this is where these guys do their special thing. This is what it's for the backgrounds and for. Can you see how they're splitting that one there? Can you see that kind of halo around that outside? So we've already got that pink, that strong pink kind of aura around that area there. That's exactly what these guys are going to do. So if you don't want to blend it out to an ethereal, seamless thing, and you just want to cover your background with colour, drop water on it and make an amazingly cool, funky background, stamp well, that is your baby's there. Look at the intensity.
The effect already is incredible, isn't it?
How easy was that? So that's that. Oh, we didn't try stamping on black card. Let's try that. We missed that one. Let's do that quickly because we need to get the last one in as well.
You do.
Let's try the lighter colour on black. So I'm stamping now with, this one is Pumpkin Patch. Let's see what Pumpkin Patch looks like on a black card. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. You know what? You can see it in there. So it's obviously got a mixture of an opaque. It's not dry yet. It's not fantastic.
But it's there.
You can see it a little bit. It wouldn't be me go-to. Pigments would still be the one to go through for the dark card. Yeah. But and then finally, can we mix colours with it? Let's have a try. Yeah. Let's have a quick try. Let's just that one as we've got it in the hand, and let's try not that one. That'll be a bit too. Yeah. Let's try those two. Okay. They're not as far apart as I want. Let's try your blue instead. Let's do that. Okay, so if you want to colour in with them, you can just paint them on. That's the intensity. Now, what I find is that they grab quicker, so add the water a bit quicker, but you can see how you can blend them out, yeah?
Yeah.
If we want to mix the colours, we can mix it together and get a new colour. So we've got a new version there. So yes, they mix. So if I wanted to travel light and just, you know, take some of these and use them as my colouring medium, I'm good to go with that as well. And I've got a green here.
Sherry says, could you stamp over these with water to make them lift?
You know what, I think it dries quite quickly. You need quite a bit of water, guys, to get them to do that crazy reactive thing.
Yeah.
A little thin line on the stamp doesn't quite hold it enough. And if you put enough on to make it happen, you'll lose all the definition in your stamp. You know, you'd have to have it that wet. It would become a splodge anyway. But that then is the Duet colour bloom.
Excellent. And we've got just enough time. As I say, we can revisit anything that you want at any point over the course of the day today. So if there's something you don't quite understand, something you want to see again, please let us know, because it kind of feel like this is your day today. We've got about 6-7 minutes left just to show you the Gold Shimmer Inkpads. Gold Shimmer!
Wow, 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 wow.
£24 or $36 for these. Look at that. You can see that intense shimmer that you're going to achieve with these beautiful pigment ink pads with that fantastic metallic effect. Once again, you can see the shape of the pads in that sort of new design, so hopefully easier for you to hold, easier for you to be able to lay these down, and these are going to give you that fantastic metallic sheen, that gold shimmer, following on from the original shimmer ink pads that we did that gave you that silver sheen. So the 8 colours you're going to get here are golden honey, peach terracotta, and your majestic ruby. You've also got flame pink, secret garden, midnight shore, gilded sky, and your cosmic purple, saving almost £18 or $27 on these. It's going to be a quick one on these, Sheena. Talk us around the pigment ink pads.
Okay, so let's do the quick stamping with them then. So these are exactly the right. So the reason why would I go for these ones? We said the last ones. The reason you go with them is because of the colour split and that crazy gorgeous reaction with the backgrounds. The reason you're going to go for this one is bling. That's it.
Is
what?
what?
You want a bit of bling.
Oh, bling.
Sorry?
Bling. I didn't hear what you said.
Exactly, the bling thing. That's it. So if we look at this, can we stamp with them? Yeah, they stamp really well. Can we blend the colour with them? How quickly will they release the colour? Virtually fixed straight away. Nothing going on. Look at that. I got nothing.
Nothing.
I got nothing. But can we add a little bit, and can we then, if we want to do that technique, can we just paint with them and fill a bit in with them? Yeah, you can still do that. So if you want to intensify and have a bit of just a monochrome pattern colouring in, yes, we can still do it by just adding a bit of ink. The line isn't going to release, which is sometimes a good thing if you want to retain the detail, but a little bit like that, boom, we're sorted. Good with that. Will it go on black card? Let's have a look. So I'm going to take this. I need to wipe this off because purple and yellow, if I don't clean that up, you're going to get brown.
Brown, yeah.
Okay, so let's ink this one up. Now this one I moved on to peach terracotta.
Okay.
Oh, lovely. So the black card. Yes.
Boom.
Boom. Right, black card. It's a yes. And the other thing I should mention is if you want to create background to this, you can use the ink pads directly on the background and streak with them. I'll show you, there's a card that Debbie's created for me to show you that.
I feel like that shimmer's shown up even better on the black cardstock.
Yes, it
isn't
does.
It
shows up really well. Blending with them, Ben. Let's do a blend. Let's try bright. Let's go that and that. Let's go like this. Now, this is where you really see the shimmer. When you put a good amount of these colours down, that's when you get the bling factor. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that bling. And yeah, it looks amazing.
And these have got a good open time to blend, have they, I guess?
Yes, they stay open, you know, good to get that in there. But again, it's one of those ones you want to cover a whole background. You don't want to try and get fancy and blend it out with an ethereal kind of, although let's try, where's the, let's pop a little bit. I have done this with these, by the way. I have used glycerin successfully with this before. So let's see if we can get that blended out a little bit in the background. I've got kind of a crazy mix here of the two colours, but can you see how I am managing to blend that edge a little bit more? You see it's not as harsh a line.
Yeah.
So you can carefully get that diffused blend out kind of effect there. But these babies work best, you see the effect, if you put them on laid on thick. Really, you want them not diluted, you want them on there in all their glory, and then you want to dry them, all right? And then you can see what they do. Will they full bleach? A bit of colour on there. This is what, when you get an Inkpad, you know, you can see names on and you think, sometimes you forget what they do and what the colour up is. So there's nothing to stop you doing all these things at home as well, that you can try them out if you have forgotten. But hopefully, if you can look back over this show, because what's happening is that bit of orange has revealed a bit of the gold. Now, can you see the shine on them?
Look at that shimmer.
That's what these babies do.
Yeah.
And that's a matte textured card. So if it can shine like that on a matte textured card, you're good. And yes, you can mix them. Shall we do? Have we got a quick?
Super quick.
Super quick. Let's put a bit of blue. Let's put a bit of yellow. And show you how we can paint with them. So I'm not even gonna paint. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix a colour. Look at that. There you go. And all those different greens. If you want a more of a yellowy green, just put more yellow in it. If you want more of a bluey green, more blue. And then you've got a colour palette that you can play with. And when that dries, providing you haven't watered, obviously because the more you water it down, the more you're diluting the particles that are in there, but you'll still get that shimmery kind of effect. And of course, the beauty about all these guys here is using them together.
That has been an educational and fun show, has it not? Karen says, love these ink pads I use them to paint with. Thank you, Sheena, says Sherry Miller. You are the queen of colour. She is. And Jodie says, I love these inks. They are so much fun. It's been a wonderful show, actually. Definitely a show to save if you already subscribe to us on YouTube. Save this into your playlist, one to come back to. But like we said, I think we're a bit of an open book today, really, in the fact that we've got a masterclass coming up later on with the tropical collection, Tropical Paradise. So we'll be looking at that. But if there's anything else that you want to see with these or anything in general that you want to see Sheena do, let's be having you. Let's have those requests in. Next show for you coming up at 3 o'clock this afternoon, keeping you guessing on the times this week. So that is 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. It's going to be a craft vault, and it's Sheena's picks in the craft vault. So we're going to be looking at some of Sheena's favourites from that section that you'll find on the website, and some other goodies thrown in there for you as well. So one to come back for, an hour's worth of deals as we get the keys to the craft vault. We'll unlock it, bring you those fantastic deals, and then tonight, live at 5, we've got that fantastic masterclass where, well, anything goes really, whatever you like, whatever you like. Sheena, thank you so much. See you in a couple of hours.
Yeah, be there.
Be there or be square. But in the meantime, check out Sheena's section on the website, and don't forget last day as well to check out the buy one get one free section on, not buy one get one free. Yes, it is buy one get one free. Buy one get one free on selected stamps and dies. I'm going for a lie down. We'll meet you back here in 2 hours. Until then, bye for now.